What camera were you using?
I shot that on high 8 VHS, the same as the original. Yeah, yeah. So it was designed to be a more or less a companion piece to the original, kind of to watch it right before to seamlessly tie it together. It was even shot on the same week that they shot the original in 2020. So they shot theirs in October '97, the third week of October, and I had to make sure that I shot mine the same time because all the same original shooting locations and everything. So that's why it looked pretty seamless because it was shot in the exact same places that the original was shot. Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was impressive. I was just, especially with syncing time and keeping the quality of the video. That is not easy in our HD world.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's shot with just, and I think that the cool part of the from the aesthetic was when you do the digital transfer from VHS is what made it more grainy and a little more gnarly. So that was one of my favorite parts of it, is how accidentally it turned out that way. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Fantastic. Um, so when coming up with this project, how many people did you have working with you trying to finish the script and just coming up with the plans as to just how the story was going to fulfill itself?
Yeah, yeah. It was a solo trip at the beginning because this was also shot at the height of COVID. So having a team kind of wasn't an option, just because you couldn't be in close quarters and there was a lot of mandates and things like that. So uh, hammering the script out was what I did alone early on, and then I had to take kind of the close knit, my girlfriend Myra, of course, who played Angel, and then family members and things to keep it safe. But creating a fake 1994 in a COVID world was a challenge because of the cars in the background, and you had to be really careful not to shoot people with masks and things like that. So it was one of those things where it was the ambiance was the key to it. Yeah, but from a team standpoint, I had a ton of good help from friends and family once the script was hammered out. Yeah.
It's perfect, perfect. I love how you made references to Blockbuster and just
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Some 94 lexicon, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, you could never find those maps anymore. They used to be everywhere, even at gas stations.
Yeah, that actually was the funny thing about it was finding a map really was impossible to find. So it was one of those instances where it was just the story was coming a little bit real because I couldn't find a map. Even like a prop map, I couldn't find an old map. Yeah, so I found one that was like at a Barnes and Noble or something, and it was waterproof. So when it was tossed into the stream, it wasn't that big of a deal. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Uh, with the weather, was this going through all the locations? How
Mm.
was it?
It was a pretty good October. So the October wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold, it was perfect. And luckily I did shoot it in 2020 because last October, the same spot, it was way too green because it was abnormally warm October last year, and the foliage wouldn't have looked the same as the original. So yeah, it was perfect time to shoot it.
Wonderful. I noticed you've been able to keep the beard. Uh,
Yeah.
was maintaining the continuity with your hair and just your features. Like, was that difficult throughout the production?
Yes, because some of it, yes and no. I mean, it was kind of like the way I would normally walk around, but it was shot over a couple of months just because it was just finding time. So stretching that original October all the way until February the next year. If you look, you could kind of definitely see that it's time has taken, and the hair's a little longer in some shots, but it wasn't overly an issue. So it's kind of normally what I'd wear, but the shave part at the end is what threw people off at work. It's like, whoa, when I had to shave for that part, but that was really fun.
That's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool. And sequentially, I take it that when you did the shaved parts, that was the last scene you
Yeah,
probably.
yeah, that was exactly. That was one of the last parts. Yeah, yeah. Save it for the end.
It's wonderful, wonderful. the interactivity between you and the female actress, your girlfriend, am I correct?
Myra, yes, yes.
Yes. Um, like, was this her speaking Spanish, just like throwing that at you? Did it hurt?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I knew what she was getting at, but it was very important that she kind of had to flip into that mentality where, she was truly scared and she wasn't going to mask it with her second language, which would be English, or she had to rattle off to say just how terrified it really was and how she couldn't believe she fell into that trap. But no, it was important for me to have her be comfortable at the same time.
Okay. Okay. Uh, Putting all jokes aside, I was just when you actually had the baby noises
Mhm.
come out of nowhere, I was just was that was that homage to something else? I'm pretty sure like the Blair Witch had like at least two sequels. Am I correct?
They did. I think the most important thing for me out of all of it was to acknowledge the lore that they had previously established and not create my own thing to hinder that. I based a lot on what Eduardo Sanchez had put into it and a lot of what Ben Rock, the production designer, put into it. And they had this backstory when the first movie came out about the Burkittsville Seven. It was kind of seven children that were either abducted or killed. So Lonnie had also mentioned in his the main character that he accidentally ran over a kid in a drunken issue. So I think in my mind it's that link together that past is always going to come back to haunt you kind of thing. So whether it was the Burkittsville Seven, one of the kids that was killed a long time ago, or if it was the child he accidentally killed, it's something's coming back and it's slowly creeping into him. But ultimately he didn't pay the price, his girlfriend did. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Lovely. Uh, I guess you answered my question earlier. Also, since you mentioned the COVID
Yeah.
issue, were there any difficulties in actually finding people for that?
No, it's just I used all friends and family. I mean, that was one of the criticisms when I first screened it, was that you could tell these weren't actors, but I think they did a really good job. I think I think under the circumstances, I think everyone did really, really well. I mean, no one was out for it. I didn't really have the budget to pay anyone or recruit actors, so it was just friends and family. So my sister, who was in one of the scenes that she gave him the clue to the map. She's actually helping out with some marketing now too. She's some very old school viral marketing. So she's placing the QR code for the movie link inside different little places like bookstores and stuff. So people stumble across it. It's one old school virtual way to get people watching it. So appreciative of that.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Have you been touring with this fan film?
No. It won a couple of awards on like the independent little film freeway circuit, that kind of thing. But I haven't really launched it. It was very quiet last May. Put it on YouTube. Had a little link on Reddit, but I haven't done anything to push it. I think I don't know. I don't have any social media, so I don't put anything on that. But I think I'm just waiting for it to, catch the right way. But I'm looking into perhaps getting an Instagram for my production house and just kind of tap into a new audience, because I haven't spent any time advertising it at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess are we the first to actually screen this, or?
Yes. Yeah. Besides YouTube, it was available on YouTube, but in a formal like setting time. Yeah, the first time. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that.
Okay, well, thank you. I just wanted to say thank you as well for organizing this. I know that's got to take a lot of work, but I really appreciate the time and for everything you did to set this up.
Yes, of course, of course. We have a Suze Lukeski. Is that you as well?
Yes, that was the shop clerk with the flannel shirt that gave the character the clue to go. So she's tuning in to watch. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hello. Okay. Well, were there any difficulties in the production of? I mean, I know you just listed some, but any that actually came to mind?
The at the beginning, the story just wasn't gelling very well. I think that was the most difficult thing to overcome, was how to connect the dots and then have it seamlessly pair into the original movie. But after a couple months of just toying with the editing, I think that was the most difficult part, was having it seamlessly tie in. Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. Um, and last but not least, so where can we find more? I know you don't have too many social media.
No, yeah, I can list my YouTube. I'm in pre-production for my next movie called In Unison. It is not a found footage movie. It's 100% original. So I think the Legends of Burkittsville is probably going to be my last found footage style. I love it. I think it's an amazing genre, but I'm ready to move on. So my next one, probably 2024 coming out. It's going to be a little bit bigger, bigger budget, more people involved, but. The script is punched out, 60 pages, and looking forward to the trailer, which will probably come out on Monday.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Jeff.
Thank you.
Feel free to actually enjoy the rest of the festival, and
yes,
we're happy to have you be part of this FanFilm Awards this year.
Thank you again.
Moving